It's alive one more time. Hello, I am Jared Logan, and this is the Stream of Blood. Welcome to today's game of Prometheans of Pennsylvania. Sorry, Frankensteins of Pennsylvania. We have been playing a 6-part mini-series of this game, Promethean the Created, here on the Stream of Blood, where we play tabletop role-playing games. And this is a rare game. It is every single. I start the stream and every single device on my table that has been silent for 40 minutes starts going. Okay. Hi. Let's start over. Welcome back to the show. My name's Jared, and we're playing Promethean the Created, an incredible game by Justin Achille, Bill Bridges, and a lot of other very smart people who created the World of Darkness series of games. We've had an incredible time playing it. We've had a smart little mini chronicle here, and this is kind of one of my first times trying to do like a mini chronicle where you play for like 6 sessions, and I got to tell you, I loved it. So today we're going to kind of learn the fate of these characters. We're going to kind of see where they end up as they've been traveling vagrant-like across Pennsylvania, searching for meaning, searching for humanity? ? It's been quite a journey. So thank you all for being here, for following us on the last leg of this journey. And I'm already getting emotional. Okay. I'm going to just do what a man does and tamp those emotions down. Put them away in a place where you can't access them. Eat or drink instead. There we go. What can I tell you? Well, one thing you should know about the Stream of Blood is that we play horror games here often. So that means horrific things might happen in the games. So you might see some violence in this game, pretend violence. You might hear about some grotesque happenings, some gore, some viscera, some descriptions of blood and guts. You may see strange powers at work. These creatures have powers that can control other people's minds and things like that. If any of that makes you uncomfortable, we get it. The most important thing to remember is that we are listening to your comments about our content. So please get on our Discord, the Server of Blood, and let us know how you feel about all of our content. We are always listening. We do always take it seriously. And that's my spiel on that. And without further ado, we've got a lot of game to get to today. So let me bring in these players in reverse normal order. This man is a talented actor whom you have seen on HBO's Raised by Wolves. You've heard his voice in the Assassin's Creed series, and he has just made these streams so special with his balls to the walls, 110% level of role playing. Please welcome as Achille, a kind of a walking occult library, a Promethean that absorbed an entire library of information. Please welcome SALIM, everybody. Hey, how's it going,
How
buddy?
you doing? Oh, good. How you guys doing?
Excellent.
Yeah.
We're kind of getting ready for our little Thanksgiving holiday here in the US.
Yeah, no, my partner loves making pumpkin pie, so
lovely.
that's something that we're going to be having in celebration with you lot as well.
Right?
So,
Yeah, a little Thanksgiving in the UK celebration.
100%.
Is that your favorite? Do you have a favorite type of pie?
To be honest, man, I don't know. Pies for us are different, right? Like,
Yeah.
we kind of see it as
Yeah,
like,
you
for me,
guys
if you
put
ask me
meat
my
in.
favorite. Exactly.
Guys,
I was going to say like chicken and mushroom pie.
yeah.
So,
Ooh,
that's my thing. So
that sounds good.
yeah, it's good. It's like creamy chicken and mushroom pie is like amazing.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
And then are you more of a so when you hear pie, you instantly think of mushrooms?
Yes.
Interesting.
Instead of pumpkin. So I mean, yeah. So it's like one of those things which I think I could get used to, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, great. Let's talk more about pie with our other players. She is a fantastic actress, improviser, and role player whom you can see on just about every stream running, tabletop stream running. We're so happy to have her. She is playing Mary Rose Priscilla III, a Frankensteinian Promethean who was created as a plaything, but who actually ends up sort of toying with others. Please welcome JOSEPHINE MCADAM, everybody.
Hello. Good morning.
What is your favorite? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm so ready for this because I love pie so much. But mine is also meat pie because my dad's Scottish, so my favorites are Scotch pies, baked beans on top.
Oh my god!
Favorite,
oh my god! You are singing to my stomach.
Yeah,
I know, and I can't. It's so hard to find here. Abu, can you send some?
100%. I'm on
just
it. Watch.
Throw it in a FedEx box. Shoot it over here. I'm sure it'll come in. No problem.
No problem.
I need these like savory pies. I grew up on like my family makes all the sweet pies, and then they make this West Virginia thing called raisin pie.
What? The fuck is a raisin pie?
I know, man. You put a bunch of raisins in them and you mash them together. I guess it's sort of a West Virginia has like weird like coal miner cuisine. Like we're also big on pepperoni rolls. You ever hear of a pepperoni roll?
No.
Okay. It's just a roll with a tube of pepperoni in the middle. But people bake them and have like bake sales with them and like really it's good, you guys. Not the raisin pie isn't, but the pepperoni roll is pretty good.
Okay.
Look, pecan pie is delicious. So what we've ordered for Thanksgiving. So my family doesn't do Thanksgiving as well, 'cause European, but my partner's family is coming in, so we've ordered some pies. We're going to do the whole dinner, and we've gotten a pecan pie and an Earl Grey cream pie.
Earl Grey?
Yeah.
And I gotta up my pie game.
Right? Yeah, I know. Well, I'll send you where I get my pies from. Also, to commemorate this incredible game that we've been doing, I got this little tattoo here.
Holy shit, really?
Oh, yes. Look at that.
Do you think this is the design? Yeah, look at this. Look at this bad boy.
I mean, that's great. That's hilarious.
I love it. That's awesome.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
It looks like it's temporary, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because I was about to say it looks like it came out of a Cracker Jack box, but then if it was permanent, that would be the worst thing to say to somebody. Yeah.
No, I did a charity stream and had like 23 of those tattoos on me on Friday night, so I saved this one for today.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. Yeah. Let's see what kind of tattoo this guy's wearing. He's normally the guy we bring in first, but I changed the game today by bringing him in last. Finale vibes. He is a talented improviser. You can see with the Improvised Shakespeare Company and in a lot of streams all over. He's been doing stuff with the Glass Cannon. He is playing Cyprian, a performer, a dancer, a singer, an orator, a creature created to be those things. Please welcome Ross Bryant, everybody. Oh, I think I have to bring him in. There we go. Hi.
Oh wow! Look, a book. I want to get in on this pie talk.
No. What book do you have? By the way, people in the Discord have been like, does he read those books? Is he making up what those books are about? And I was like, I was a little bit like, how dare you? He definitely isn't making up what the books are about, and I think that he does. I mean, you read a fair amount of them that you are reading them, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, usually if I haven't read it, I say so, kind of. But yeah, I promise. Like when I said that thing was about like a guy who buys a mummy's foot as a paperweight, that's 100% real.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think that up. I mean,
there's this weird thing with books where people are sometimes just like, well, you didn't read that, did you? And you're like, no, some people are reading books. It's true. It's strange.
Believe it or not, it happens. But I was looking at Wind in the Willows, actually, because I'm looking back at this, and I think Wind in the Willows should be classified as a work of weird fiction, because especially since I want to reread it just to solve one little mystery for myself, which is what size are the animals in Wind in the Willows? Are they animal size or are they people sized? Because late in the book, Mr. Toad dresses up as a washerwoman to escape from jail, which if he does that means that he's a human-sized toad, which means in this world, in this weird world, something has happened to make the animals 4 to 6 feet tall. But then in other parts of the book, it really seems as though the animals are little shrimpy mole and rat size.
Right, because they live.
Come on, Kenneth Graham.
Yeah, they live.
Please.
They live in the bank beside the river, right? So
Badger lives in a hollow tree. So is Badger sized, or is he a man-sized badger?
You know, have you ever read the?
This is so deep.
Yeah, I mean, this is deep Wind in the Willows stuff. But if you've read the unabridged version, it begins with a prologue about the nuclear apocalypse that irradiated all the animals. Yeah.
So my theory is that Wind in the Willows does take place in a eldritch, weird alternate reality where sometime in the distant past, a bargain was struck with an unspeakable deity, and animals were gifted sentience and size.
That makes sense, and I'm glad that we've delved into it today.
Yeah.
I think that people were kind of thinking about it, and it's good that we can get that out there.
With the pies.
But yeah, sweet pies. I'm a pie promiscuous. I'll take them all. Every pie is good.
We just need your theory on the world of Beatrix Potter, and I think we're ready to go with the stream today.
Beatrix Potter animals, I think, are small because Mr. McGregor chases Peter Rabbit out of his garden, which would be pretty hard to do if Peter Rabbit could look him in the eye.
That's true. Yeah, no,
they do wear clothes. Like Miss Tiggy Winkle is washerwoman. So
I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely would listen to this podcast for a very long time. Like, this is really fascinating. It's making me think of all the childhood shit that I've been like reading and watching.
Yeah.
So I'm digging it.
Well,
okay.
Unfortunately, we can go no farther, but we do need to get Ross Bryant's favorite pie. Ross Bryant.
Oh, yes, of course.
Lemon chess is the one. I'm also from the South, and chess pies are a thing. My mom and dad are both from Virginia, and a chess pie is like a custard pie infused with a little bit of just a touch of flavor, and often lemon, often vanilla, also known as a buttermilk pie. There's a chocolate chess pie, but lemon chess, just a touch of lemon zest, a little crumble on top. It's just a delicious, simple pie, but man, it's just perfection.
Oh man, we're gonna have a pie day.
Yeah,
come to America and have pie day. Let's do pie day.
Let's do it.
Pie day.
Fly on over. We'll get some lemon chess.
What is it? March 14th, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
1-4.
Speaking of absolute perfection, it is time for these Prometheans to try to perfect their broken and incomplete forms by completing the magnum opus of their alchemical destiny. Are you guys ready to play?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Then let us play Promethean, the created Frankensteins of Pennsylvania. And I would like to just begin by saying that last time you learned about an upcoming an angel, a Kashmalam, warned you all that something horrible was about to happen. You heard that in Erie, Pennsylvania, in a few days' time, a boat was going to sink and everybody on it was going to drown but not die. That is the strange message that the Kashmalam gave you when you met Peter in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And so you are quite far from Erie, Pennsylvania, and you have a few days' time to go and deal with this, if that is what you choose to do. Let me know kind of just where your characters are at. Let's start with Cyprian. Where do you think what do you think he's thinking, or I'm sorry, they are thinking, and what do you think the plan is?
Yes, I very much want to follow the advice of the angel. I think we left Cyprian engaging with the word, engaging with the Bible, and
that's right.
And unpacking this idea of rebirth and resurrection as a motif in the Bible, and thinking like, well, if perhaps the end times have come and we are the resurrected, we are the dead revived. It has been foretold. So I think Cyprian is working out some personal theology of their own.
Cyprian they have gone full revelation.
Yeah.
Cyprian thinks this is the rapture.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And so, yes, they are very excited to take their place in the grand narrative.
Very good. And so, when an angel gives Cyprian a message like that, they head off to fulfill their holy destiny. What about Mary Rose Priscilla III? What is her take?
By way of very different thought process, kind of in a similar mindset, but that people might believe that we are the chosen one, like reborn, and what incredible power we might be able to wield over others. We got a glimpse of it in this community, and it's very much on track of like, sure, let's go with this. I can craft this into something that's usable and which will benefit me personally.
Right. Yeah, you were instrumental last time in getting the mob of Amish people into transitioning from being suspicious and even hostile with you to suddenly almost kind of worshiping you as messengers of God. And so now Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III is thinking, boy, I could take this act on the road.
Yeah, she's had a taste, and she likes this pie.
Very good. And so finally, Achille, what is your reaction to the strange prophecy that you received by tracking down this angel?
Yeah, I think Achilles very he's in his head a bit, and I think he's like, okay, cool. Let's see what this brings. I have great fear, however, that there is a sense of going towards something quite blindly. I kind of look at the party and I'm like, we are not an army.
Yeah.
But
you do have Peter with you now.
Yeah.
Peter, the golem that you found working the fields in Lancaster, and he says, he has sensed that if the angel has spoken, then perhaps that is the work that he has been searching for, the great work. And so he will go and he will use his hands and his back to lift you to what heights he is capable.
Yes.
And so if you are all traveling to Erie, we don't want to make the entire stream today the amazing logistics of travel, but I do want to know kind of how you're getting there. What are you doing before you travel by bus? What exactly? What methods are you using? Because Prometheans, they are vagabonds of the road. So how are you getting there?
Yes.
I don't know. Is this ignorant? Would an Amish community have a horse and carriage for us?
I was literally going to ask that same question.
Yeah, we got a buggy.
There, go for it.
I mean?
Yeah.
No, that was it.
That's amazing, and they're definitely going to give that to you because you've already proven to them that you are, you are chosen by God. And in fact, they probably heard out in the fields. They probably saw light like shining up like a UFO when you guys encountered the Kashmalim, and then you all come out completely, unfazed, unsinged. But Peter now has a mark on him that matches the marks on each of you. So they know that this is all part of a prophecy, and so they give you a horse and a buggy.
Brilliant.
Are you going to take a horse and buggy the 5-hour car distance it takes to get from Lancaster to Erie?
I mean,
why not?
Remember,
we only need to sleep like every 3 days. Like this
That's
is
right.
Nothing.
But these horses probably
but
don't.
The horse maybe.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh.
Yeah.
I mean, could I mark the horses and then make them? I don't know.
Can we put some energy in these horses?
Yeah.
What is this question? Does anybody have a power that gives horses energy? Oh, that's my favorite question I've asked in a game.
Do I have horsepower?
Can I give the horsepower some more die or something? I
think that you also could take like individual horses. So you wouldn't have to take the buggy if you wanted. I don't know why that seems like a more reasonable path to me, or why I'm suggesting it. I love this idea too much to let it go. So
we could take breaks along the way.
I think that's so dope.
Yeah,
We're like
yeah.
4 horsemen. That'd be dope.
Yeah, and you can kind of go overland.
And as soon as
Yeah.
you say that, as soon as if Achille even says like we could take 4, we would be the 4 horsemen. Cyprian's like, yes. And they opened the seal. It is Achille, don't you see? It is all coming to pass as it has been foretold. We will take 4 horses.
Again, I think Achilles not really digging the Cyprian vibe at the moment, so he's just gonna remain quiet and just be like silently like.
Miss Mary Rose, like behind Cyprian's back to Achilles, like.
They are coming with war, pestilence, famine, pest, and we ride against them.
So you ride for days, and you're able to go overland. So you're actually ignoring the highways somewhat and going sometimes by a more direct route. Sometimes you're going over hills and mountains, through forests, like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And the only thing is, your disquiet is greatly lessened by having a branded throng of 4 different lineages. But I still need the person with the least Azoth to roll Azoth. I believe Mary Rose has only 1 Azoth. So if you would please roll that.
Got a 1.
Well, guess what? The horses on their composure got a 10. And so the horses are not disquieted by your group. You have formed this cohesive unit, and you've cut down on the amount of like disquiet that you release alchemically into the air around you. And so the horses remain stalwart and true. And so I just need a roll from whoever's leading this in terms of riding horses. Like, I just want to see how that goes. So, it can be Peter, in fact, if you'd like.
I bet Peter's grown up around horses. Or grown up in as much as any of us has grown up.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense a little bit because he has animal ken, and I don't think any of you guys do, right?
Yeah, no.
No.
Okay, so he's gonna roll his composure plus animal ken, and he also has quite a high composure. So, I don't know how useful Peter will be later. Hopefully, very useful for you. But right now, he's the one kind of taking care of the horses for you.
This is maybe not to like. Does Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III have her own horse?
She better, yeah.
Yeah, because that's a how
One of the
small?
horsemen.
Yeah, she's got to be. She's got to be.
Yeah, like she's holding on though. She's got
saddle.
like
yeah.
She's very strong.
Okay,
Legs
Peter
are
just
gripped
rolled
on.
3 10s, and then another 10. So that's 4 successes, and that's it. 4 successes. But man, is that plenty to get you all the way there? So I think that he's like navigating over land for you, and he's like finding like stuff like he's like literally like pulling flowers out of people's like suburban out in a housing development to like feed the horses and stuff like that. And you guys travel overland in a way that nobody in the modern world travels anymore, through Pennsylvania in this direct northwestern route toward Erie. And soon you find yourself looking down a wooded slope onto a little town that is clinging to the side of the Great Lake Erie. The Great Lake spreads out before you. It is late autumn, and the leaves are brown and red and orange, and these beautiful proliferation of colors. And you can see boats kind of puttering through the water, back and forth to various islands out on the lake. And here you are in Erie, and you know that something bad is going to happen. Let's see. He got so many successes helping you with that I'm going to just roll a die, but take away his successes from the amount of. Let's see. So let's see. So you got here very quickly. It was going to happen in 6 days. You got here early, so you think that it's 2 days before this happens, according to the cash mile.
Wow.
Okay, good. We arrived with some time. I can't remember. Did the Kashmalm tell us what to do, or just that this was happening?
Only that it was happening, and that's how Kashmalam goes sometime.
Yeah, so a boat is sinking, but no one will die? Is that what?
The Queen Victoria, right?
Yeah, the exact message was, the Victorian Queen will depart Misery Bay in 6 days and sink off the shore of Presque Isle. 35 people aboard will drown, but none of them will die. And that was the entire message.
So, why are we here exactly? I just want to get a game plan, see where everyone's at.
I think I'm gonna I think Petey kind of turns and says, my feeling is that whatever sinks this ship aims to create an army of undead to control.
Were we sent here to control them?
No. We were sent to stop it.
How do you know?
I don't. But surely life is better than death. Yes.
And Achille, because of these musings, I think that I'm going to allow you an occult roll, an intelligence plus occult roll. And there's something that perhaps you know that you're perhaps telling or not telling the others. And let's see if you can kind of grasp it right now.
Intelligence plus occult. Oof. Oh damn. Okay.
Your biggest dice pool.
Yeah.
How many dice is that?
It's 8 die. I know, right? I'm an intelligent man. I got 3.
Okay, so that's enough for you to realize that a body of water, I mean, anything dealing with a body of water and drowning reminds you of the Osiris creation ritual, where you're said to travel along the river of life and death. So this has the air of your own lineage to it.
And I kind of will relay this to the team and be like, this is how I came to be. Whether I drowned in a life before, I cannot remember. But this is not the way forward.
I thought you wanted to create.
I don't know. After seeing what that fool in the garage, what he did, it has made me question what is our purpose? If it is to repeat this cycle over and over again, how is this progression?
Yes. We seek for humanity, but if we have been resurrected, are we not a more perfected form of humanity?
I don't know. I think Promethean or human has not changed the caliber of those we have encountered.
Yes. Each human and one of us has the same burdens, cares, passions, failures. We can only seek to walk in the path of virtue.
Sure.
Do you remember, Ms. Mary Rose, what happened to the woman we met? The beast that rose out of her.
Oh, yes. She's scary.
Surely there is. If there are angels in this world, then there are also demons.
Maybe.
Either way, we need to save these people. Or things. Seeming as we are here early, I think we can investigate and get a step ahead of what is going on.
Yes, I would like to see this ship.
Yes, so would I. And I'd like to know its destination too.
Very good. So that's easy enough. But are you all riding horses down through the streets of Erie, Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, why not?
100%.
let's
Great.
ride into town in full fanfare.
So you do that, and Peter doesn't think there's anything strange about that either. So you are now all riding, and like occasionally, like a Prius like pulls up behind, like you all like riding horses, and it's like flashing its lights and then slowly skirting around you. Cars are kind of getting in the way, and as you all slowly kind of just move toward the docks. Toward the landings for these river boats that you have seen. And you arrive at a place that says the Victorian Queen. And the Victorian Queen is clearly like, sort of a tourist attraction in some ways. It's something that you can use to take out to Lesk Island in the middle of the lake. And it just departs and comes back at certain times during the day. And you can see that because it's getting later in the year, it's getting a little bit cold. Less people are going than they might in the spring or the summer, but people are still, a little bit bundled up, have a scarf around their neck, and they're getting on. And it's just a leisurely cruise out to someplace called Lesk Island.
Lesk.
Achille, what is a queen?
A queen? Huh. A queen is someone appointed by God to rule over people. Well, they are not simply selected by God. They are selected by normally a king who is selected by God to rule people. But even that idea is also very stupid. They wear this thing, a hollow crown, let's say, a way for the one true God to pass knowledge through to the being of the human. Silly. I always saw it as a weakness. A hollow crown.
Well, we don't get many of your kind around here.
I kind of look.
There is a policeman walking up to you all, and he's clearly taking note of your Amish clothing. A little bit far from Lancaster, aren't you?
So
Hi,
we
I'm Ted Mullen.
Hello, Ted.
Hi.
We are simply getting ready for Halloween. Yes?
Halloween. I didn't know y'all celebrated Halloween.
No, this is costume for Halloween.
Oh, you're not a Mennonite.
No. Unless, and I kind of do a funny hand signal to him to be like, "Are you?"
No, sir. I'm a deputy. I gotta tell you, these you can't ride a horse down the middle of Main Street. It's just
Why?
not. Well, because a horse is an animal that I mean, frankly,
You're an animal.
Okay, that's true. But listen, they leave a mess. Besides, you need a license to even be bringing these things into town. Do you have? I don't suppose you have.
Forgive our daughter. She's very, very precocious, Ted. What? Of course we can find something to do with our horses. You have a local stable of some kind, surely.
Not really. No, I mean, you're in the middle of Erie, PA. We don't have just a stable right here. In fact, I don't even know how I'm going to handle this call. Like, I guess I'm going to have to call animal control. Basically, y'all have given me a huge headache this morning. A huge headache.
Or
so
we
the
have
first
simply saved your life from what could have been a crazy event earlier. I think you see life very differently to the way that we do, Ted. We dress up because we enjoy ourselves. Halloween, tomorrow, maybe Christmas. But the thing is, Ted, these horses, we will make sure that we take control of them and deal with them. We do not wish to give you a headache, my friend.
Now I would like for one die to be rolled for disquiet. One die of Azoth to be rolled.
Fail.
Okay, and we've got some successes here for Ted. So he's just annoyed with you for the very reasonable situation, reasonably annoyed because of the situation. So Ted is going to call it in, and he's like, I just need you all to stay right here, and please do not move. And he goes back to, now you can see his car, which he didn't have the siren on or anything, so that's why you didn't notice him rolling up. And he's like, yeah, I think we're going to need animal control out here, and I mean, there's 4 of them, so I think I actually would like some assistance. Yeah.
I think we should let these horses go now.
They're friendly so far, but...
So we can get out of here.
Okay.
So, what does Peter say?
He's like, let the horses go free?
Yes, let them run free.
Yes. These are not the fields that they know. They are not meant to be here. Yeah! And he slaps the ass of the horses, and the horses, like, he gets them going. Like, let's see how well he does that. We know that he has a nice taste pull for this, so let's see how well he does this. Because you said that this is a distraction for you, is that right?
Yes, for us to get away, essentially.
Yeah, okay. So he does it not very well. He gets 1 success this time. 4 successes last time, 1 success this time. So you all get 1 chance to get away, and it's going to require a roll. Ted Mullen, Deputy Ted Mullen, suddenly, what the hell? Like, he's like, as these horses like take off into traffic, and you have 1 chance. What are you going to use? Stealth? Are you going to use just running? Like, how are you going to escape his notice?
Can we each use something different, or
is it as a group? Yeah.
Interesting. It's up to you. Whatever you guys think would be like the smartest, because someone could lead the action, and the other 2 could assist. The other 3 could assist.
Well, hiding.
Go on. Go on.
Or hiding seems like not a great idea since they know the last place we were. And we're down at a pier, unless we're hiding on a ship that is going to go out into the lake.
I think we should want to run on the ship. Yeah, run onto the ship.
Let's run onto the ship.
Holy shit! Let me see something. Okay, great. Okay, the ship is like getting ready to leave for its morning voyage out to the island.
Let's go for it.
And we're 2 days early, right? So do we know that it'll be there and back in the same day?
Yeah, you knew because you looked at the schedule and you know that it goes back and forth. Like,
this is good. Yeah,
this is great.
Scope it out. So I think, do we want to sneak on though?
Yeah, I think
Perhaps?
so.
Okay. Whoever would like to, you can either let's go individually, unless someone has a really good stealth and wants to be the stealth leader.
Well, what stealth? What's our stealth pools at the moment, team?
I've got 1 pip of stealth.
Okay.
With my small frame, I would have 4 total.
Oh, that's good.
That's great. I'm following your lead.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So these guys
and
will
a child
assist
shall
you.
lead them.
These guys will assist you, and I still want them to roll because I'm going to rule that if they fail, it takes away from your dice pool. So here's Peter's stealth roll. And everybody roll and see if you get a success. If you fail,
is it just stealth, or are we adding dex or anything? Okay, just.
Oh yeah, definitely add your dexterity. Sorry, so dexterity plus stealth.
Cool.
Peter succeeded.
Ooh. And does it matter how many do you get?
Yeah, tell me how many you got. That'd be good.
Okay, just 2.
Okay.
3.
Okay, great. So nobody took away from your stealth, and in fact, you can add a die for each of your companions, plus 3 to your roll.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my.
It's 3 successes.
That's quite enough. That's quite enough, especially in this system where it's only 8, 9s, or 10s that are successes. So you all get onto the boat. You even get on without like paying ticket price because everybody is kind of looking at the like honk honk like cars like honking at horses that are out in the middle of the street. You get onto the boat and then the boat is like and it heads off into the water, and soon you are feeling a brisk morning wind, but the sun is up. You're looking out over Lake Erie. You're riding out over Lake Erie. And let me know if you'd like to do anything before the boat docks at the Isle.
I was gonna say, like, we should. I think Achilles, like, we should search the ship, see what's beneath, above.
Okay.
Maybe find out more information as to what is happening. Who has maybe possibly booked in 2 days' time?
Okay. So
yes,
should we split up as we go? How long is the boat trip?
it's like an hour.
Okay.
Yes.
Split
Let's
to
split
different
up.
areas.
Yeah.
Great.
Each person can give me an investigation roll, and you can use your wits plus your investigation to see if you notice anything interesting.
Got 4.
You have 4 successes?
Yeah, I got like 2 10s.
Nice.
Ooh, I got 2 successes.
And what about you, Mary Rose?
3 successes.
3 successes.
Nice. We're like
So,
detectives.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start first. What would you like to find, Cyprian? I mean, what do you think you're looking for exactly?
First off, I would like to know if the ship if its course takes it close to Presque Isle, thus to learn if part of the incident that the angel has foretold involves diverting the ship from its course, which would imply that someone is going to hijack the helm. But if it's just going past it, then maybe that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's going directly to Presque Isle, and then it turns around and goes back.
So Presque Isle is its destination. I'm sorry, I must have misheard.
Yes.
Okay.
No, that's okay. I think that you look around, you do a little, and you kind of now we'll assume Cyprian for their 2 successes has complete knowledge of when it goes and the all of the schedules and things like that. What about you, Mary Rose? What are you looking for?
I would like to go like on the lower levels and see if there's anything or anyone hidden somewhere that it shouldn't be. Something that's out of the ordinary.
You do not find anyone down there, but you do find the perfect hiding place. There's like this locker where they keep like hoses and things like that, and you can easily like take them out, and it's like deep enough that Prometheans don't need the comfort of normal people. So
we could hide out.
Yeah, you could hide out easily. And so I'm going to rule because of that. The ticket takers or the people conducting the boat don't ever notice the 3 of you and go, "Hey, wait a second, you didn't buy a fare." So you have that hiding place to use at your leisure. And finally, Achille, what were you looking for?
I think I was looking for like a book or ledger that has all the orders or booking orders of names of people who would have, or any information in regards to like what's going to be happening in the next few days.
Yeah,
you mentioned that this book is being, or that people hire this place, maybe hire this boat in order to kind of go in and out of spaces, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So they can hire it. It can be kind of rented, the whole boat, but generally for the next couple of days, it's doing its normal route back and forth from I believe it's called Lesque Isle. So there is no special party that's renting it or anything like that.
So it's all still public booking. There's nothing that's been alerted in the system like, we've got a special party of like 3 coming.
There is something special. There is a fall festival that will be taking place in 2 days' time on the island. So you can reasonably assume that at that time there would be a larger amount of people traveling on the boat.
Interesting. Okay.
You arrive at the Isle, Is anybody getting off, or are you going to just stay on the boat for a couple days? Everything's on the table. You tell me what you'd like to do. The isle itself is a beautiful little. It's small, but it's big enough that there's it's a place to go and have a day of fun. There's like places making like funnel cakes and there's sort of a boardwalky kind of vibe at the place where you land. It's a little later in the year, so it's not quite full summer vibes. But there's like craft stores and things like that.
I would look to the team and sort of suggest and I think Akili is like we can either play it safe and stay here until the event, or maybe perhaps we spend this day to search the isle and see what might be hiding. Perhaps we might feel one of our people here.
Yes.
Good idea. Yes.
Peter agrees as well. And so you are going to get off the boat and search the island, right? So let me know how you'd like to do that, how you're going about that.
Oh, God.
Can't you sense? Don't you have some sort of like?
Yeah. Would you like to use? You're looking for other Prometheans, right?
Yeah. Use our Promethean radar.
So roll your Azoth. I think for Akili it's 3. For Cyprian, I think it's 2, and Miss Mary Rose has 1, and Peter will use his as well.
Nope, nothing here.
I've got 2.
1 success.
Akili, you're the one, and I got to tell you, this signature feels really familiar to you. Like when you feel it coming over you, it's like suddenly it gets really humid. You feel like you're on the bank of a river. You can almost smell the marsh grass, and you know that it's just an azothic flare sort of turning into sensory input for you, in your brain. And for a fact that off in the woods ahead on the isle, something is there waiting.
With me. And I sort of just go towards this sense.
Very well.
We follow.
So you leave the beautiful little tourist area, and you don't even walk out to the residential area of the isle. You're not following the roads. All of you step off of the concrete, off of the paved sections of this place into the woods, and now you're going through trees that are losing their leaves. You're pushing past brambles and thorn bushes and things like that. And Peter stops you all and points down at some mud, and you can see the tread of a bare foot in the mud. And you all now, whether you got 1 success or no successes or whatever, can feel an azothic presence ahead of you.
We're getting close.
Yes.
Whoever we encounter, are we going to presume they are the one responsible for what's to come?
I don't know. Yes, maybe.
And you want to stop them, Akili?
I want to know more.
Okay.
Very well.
But please, be on your guard. If they are of my kind, of my lineage, they're very proud. And I sort of keep moving forward.
I'm
Very good.
always ready.
Yes. Miss Mary Rose is quite sturdy indeed.
And Peter says, "Just tell me what to do with these hands."
Oh, Peter, your hands will come
Sinful,
very handy.
Oh God, I got
sinful Peter. Who knows what he does with those hands? And so you move.
I bet the Cyprian does.
Yes, and this is just like, yes, Peter, all in good time. Soon you shall be virtuous, Peter.
No.
Oh God, man.
You are deep in the woods, and you have finally come to what looks like an old mill or something, like an old building. Maybe it was used for wood and timber on the island or something like that. It's not that big. It looks like people worked here, but they worked here a long time ago, maybe early in the previous century. And the Azothic signature is definitely radiating from that. But now I would like a wits plus alertness roll from all.
Alertness.
You say from all of us?
I'm sorry, there is no alertness. I always get that wrong. Is it awareness? Is it? Let's call it wits plus. I guess it will be investigation to see if you notice something.
Okay.
Oh, and let's go. I apologize, guys. Give me empathy. Wits plus empathy.
That's a good one.
Oh no, I prefer
Not a good one for me, but
wait. So if we have 0 on something, that's -1, right?
That is correct, unless it's a mental skill, and then means it's -3.
Jeez. Okay.
0.
1.
Oh.
Okay, that's not very much, and so now I'm going to roll for what this person is doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cyprian is distracted by like a crow or something on a branch, and is just like talking back to it, and that sort of like. And like they're just kind of like staring at each other.
So you suddenly become aware, and you didn't even see them come out. You suddenly become aware of dark forms who have surrounded you. There are animals all around you, 6 of them. A big dog, like 2 like cats, like with like their hair standing up. And in fact, even a cow has moved out of the forest. A black heifer has moved out of the forest. A forest cow.
A rare forest cow.
It's like suddenly you're in a barnyard story because they're and the crow
musicians
that you
of Bremen.
The crow you were clicking at, like kind of like laps toward your face threateningly, Cyprian, and then lands on another branch, and you can tell that they're all kind of like agitated and acting oddly, and including the cow. Yes, a cow. So it looks like that they might attack or do something to you next round, unless you would like to react in some way.
I'd like to punch the cow.
No, what? No, wait.
No.
You can do it. You can do whatever you want, Joe/Mary Rose Priscilla III. And I've never had a cow get punched in my game, so I'm excited to see what might happen here.
I was thinking I could like climb the Cyprian's body and like Superman punch through the air to try and knock out this cow.
So you're gonna vault off.
Great. We're getting in a fight with animals. Right.
They were about to attack us.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just knocking out the biggest threat.
Achille, you seem like you have an alternate. Yeah,
what's
move.
Would you want to talk to the animals?
This is the thing. I have no idea, but I wasn't going to punch an animal. But yeah, okay. I think we're going to brace for engagement right now. Or I think before I even do, I think I kind of say, "They know we are here."
That's correct, and you've kind of been surrounded in a way that's sort of threatening, and you know, another dog kind of like comes up out of the woods.
Cyprian is would try to frighten them away, maybe, and employ that Mask of Medusa thing to try to get the dog to back down.
Okay, great. Let's have a strength plus brawl roll from our friend Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III, and let's have an intimidate roll using your Mask of Medusa power, Cyprian. And let's see how this goes.
Oh God.
I have 5 successes.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Look, hey, you just reacted. I'm the one that created the situation. So I think it's hilarious.
Great.
And how did you do, Cyprian?
I got 2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes, and I'm gonna roll this. Okay, great. Okay, so Cyprian, let's have your thing go off first. Let me know how Cyprian's face changes, right?
Right. It's like suddenly in this just alabaster visage seams appear, and what was beautiful kind of like becomes beautiful and terrifying to behold as little bits like clink, swing out of the way, and like dead flesh and skull is revealed. The emptiness behind the mask, like it's like back down, and you're just seeing like a rictus of bared teeth as like the mandibles just kind of like open. It's like like the opening scene of like Ghost in a Shell, where that robot kind of like kink, springs open.
Yeah,
it's like that.
God.
Well, that 2 successes is enough to get 2 animals to just kind of fly, and the 2 mainly threatening, other than the cow, are the dogs. So
get those dogs.
Yeah, they kind of like go Ruff! And like head off into the trees, and then that's when Mary Rose, with your 5 successes, please describe what you do to this cow.
I just wanted to knock it out, Jared. I wasn't trying to
obviously.
murder the cow or anything.
Then all I'm going to say is Mary Rose runs up and socks it in the nose, and it's like, and then it just like whoomp falls down, knocked out. 5 successes with unholy strength gives you a cow knockout. And now you just have like a couple of cats and like this weird raven and like stuff kind of like and that's when you can detect a presence in the wood ahead of you. And a voice calls out, "Stop this." And she walks into view, and you recognize the created that you saw all the way back, many in Scranton, many weeks and months ago. She has the open heart with ectoplasm kind of dripping out of it. But now you can see that the weird horns of Azoth are kind of almost visible all the time, like around her head right now. And she's like, "Stop this."
Who is this? Because I didn't meet her. So
yeah, you
didn't.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like,
yes,
it's Patsy.
We crushed her under a house. I'm confused. How are you here?
I have been recruited for a great and glorious work.
Don't tell me, by God.
No, not by God.
Of course not.
And you can see her horns sort of sizzle with Azothic power. Quite the opposite. We're so glad that you've arrived. Come. He wishes to speak to you. She is asking you to come into the weird little mill.
I want to clock. How's Cyprian feeling about this?
Uncanny. It's like we saw you perish.
No. You saw me. Unable to control my own torment. But now, through his grace and knowledge, I've harnessed it. I walk a different path now. A stronger path. And you can too. You can stop wasting your time. Just hear what he has to say.
Is yours a path that involves the drowning of innocence?
Well, now, it seems that you walk the same road we do, whether you mean to or not.
And I kind of walk forward and I'm like, yes. Tell me, who is it that leads this charge? We wish to meet them.
It is I. And the door from the mill opens, and standing before you is someone you recognize, Achille. It is your creator.
What?
Yes.
Oh.
Except that he is
Mother!
yeah, except he's much changed. This is what he looked like when you last saw him. A withered husk of a created, barely able to keep his form upright. And he told you that the next time you saw him, he would be human. I can tell you that that did not come to pass, because now the created that you were looking at looks quite different. He looks like this. Let's bring up what Ubongo looks like now. Yes. Yes.
God.
Do you recognize me, my son?
What? What have you? What's you? Who?
Doing some planks, I see.
He walks down toward all of you, and he has a huge smile on his face. And even though his neck doesn't move much, he turns to each of you individually and goes, "You are welcome here. You will be part of my great work. My son, I'm so happy that you have come back to me." And he reaches out to embrace you, Achille.
And I don't know what, I think I'm just sort of lost, and I sort of just let him embrace me. Do I feel, what kind of like power am I feeling from this guy right now? I mean, it must
yeah, that's an interesting question. What kind of power? Well, you feel physical power. He's not only become bigger, obviously, but taller as well. He's now a size 6. Whereas all of you are like size 5. He's like 7 and some feet tall. He's like enormous. His staff, which before was how he like moved along, now seems like a scepter or a wand in his hand. And as he embraces you, you can feel the muscles underneath his skin like moving and shifting in ways that musculature normally doesn't work. And you also notice that his head, the enormous brain that has broken free of the skull, sort of, also sort of pulses and moves.
Do I like, I mean, like in regards to like the Azoth and like the actual, because surely I would know, how much do I know of my father in a way? You know what I mean? Like how much have we shared in regards to knowledge, in regards to his teachings, maybe his teachings, but like that kind of vibe.
You know that he was always dedicated to becoming human. And when he left you that message that, next time you see me, I'll be human, you didn't really think that was a lie. You figured that was probably true. And you've heard, of course, through Ulysses and other Prometheans of people becoming human, of created becoming human. So you're sort of surprised to see him like this, because he is anything but human right now. And he says, "Come inside. Eat with me. I will explain everything."
I sort of look to the team and I'm like,
"Friend of yours?
My creator. We are safe here. Come. Let us." And I kind of look really at Bungo again. I'm like, "Discuss."
Very good. Ubongo leads you all inside, and of course it is an old mill. There's like old sacks of like, now totally like deteriorated over time, and big wooden crates that have like fallen into rot. But there is a little table set up, and he does have like raw meat kind of like on the table that perhaps he and Patsy were partaking of. Like, looks like someone just went to the supermarket and took packages of chicken and throw it onto the table. You know what I mean? And he does have like it's like a old Sprite bottle with like dirty water in it. and this is the beautiful feast that he has prepared for you. And he sits with you, and he's like, I'm sure you have questions. Ask.
This was not what you had told me you wanted to be. You said you wanted to be human. This is not human.
I am more than human. I have not abandoned my quest. I have redefined it.
What do you mean?
I sought the new dawn. I sought to transition into human. But I realized at the moment that the process was to take shape, that I was on the wrong path. I have now embraced a new way. First, when my transition to human did not take effect, I thought that there might be something wrong with me. I began exploring with multiplicatus, but of other lineages. In fact, it is I who created your sister. And he points to Patsy, who is standing in the corner with her arms crossed, with her weird, heart like beating in her chest. And it was I who brought her onto the path of torment.
But how are you so large?
Yes. I had exhausted every theory. I had exhausted every alchemical ritual, as you know, Achille. I had learned them all. I had tried them all. I had even managed to master the rituals for creations of other lineages of Promethean. Patsy is Ulgan. We are Osiren. I had learned everything but how to master the flux. And so now
Right. Okay.
I have even mastered that. The flux is the way forward.
What's the flux? Achille?
Achille, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like it said, it is part of us. The thing, the fire, the power that rages within us. However, it is not a natural state. This is wrong. Why are you dabbling in such dark magic? This flux.
Is it dark to find a way forward for all created? To find a way to eliminate the need for our long, hard journeys? I have discovered a means by which we will no longer be hated and shunned.
You believe that you will not be shunned as you are?
No, I am working on a greater work than the new dawn.
You wish to turn everyone into what you are. Yes?
No. I wish to eliminate the difference between life and death. Then we will no longer be thought of as dead things. When life and death are the same, we won't be different anymore. We will be like the humans, but different.
I don't understand, Obongo. You're telling me that you want to take life, but to make life. What is this? What are you talking about?
The river of life and death. He pulls like a weird old book off of a shelf and opens it, and you can see that inside some artist has painstakingly recreated like old Egyptian scrolls. And he says, this is a copy of a scroll that was old when Alexander reached Egypt. And he's like paging through it. And he's like, I have discovered a means to break free, to break open the river of life and death to let it connect with this world. And once I have done that, life and death will be the same. Don't you understand? There will be no torment or disquiet. We will all be alike. We will all be part of the same spectrum.
No one will die?
No one will die. No one has to die anymore. And yet, all will be dead.
This sort of paradox is beyond me, but how will you achieve this? What ritual will you undertake?
Yes, I'm so glad you have come here to join me in helping me to enact the ritual.
Yes.
I needed a body of water. And I needed human material. I need to activate the transition between life and death over a large body of water through a specific ritual process on a certain day at a certain time. And if I create enough of a shock, enough of a connection to the divine fire over this body of water, I will open the way to the river of life and death, and the two worlds will become as one.
And forgive me for...
Sorry.
No.
This will be in 2 days' time, yes?
Yes. How do you know this? These are not part of the documents I left for you, my son.
No, but you see, we think alike. Father, we see the same thing. I understand. Besides, you made me, yes?
Yes. And I can make you stronger. If you embrace the flux. Like me. Your form can be anything you imagine.
That is a fucked up form. This is like Abomination Hulk, like wrong.
I'm sorry, bro. That's fucked up form, bro.
I'm speaking to you. I'm
Messed
speaking
up,
to
bro.
you with only one of my brains right now.
What?
The others are calculating, preparing for the ritual.
Multiple brains in one head, but that's like multiple stomachs in a cow.
Cow.
It all makes sense.
I'm like, and then I kind of am like, thank you for this. I believe I must, well, we should feast and eat. And then I will talk to my friends, my family, in regards to wondering how we can help.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Are you trying to be tricky, Achille? Are you still against this?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think definitely I'm trying to, I think there is a sense of maybe expression to be like, you know, or something like that, to be like, yes, I feel, I want to get out, basically. I want to get out of the thing. Yeah.
Okay. So Patsy is kind of standing by the door with like a big, scary looking knife. You can hear weird animal sounds outside of the mill, like "Caw, caw," like, you know, but you certainly can just play it cool and eat. And as he lays the like raw chicken down in front of you, Ubongo is like, "What is dead can never die." And he begins to eat. He's like, "Eat."
Well, I'll eat.
Yeah.
I'm giving the side eye to this dude the whole time, especially to Patsy. I feel like there's a score to settle, but
yeah.
I think Cyprian is very placid visage, just like and looking back.
I'm looking around, I guess, and I'm seeing that this is it's an old barn, right? You say?
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's wooden. It's a wooden old barn in the middle of a bloody forest. Okay. Am I seeing any form of source of power, or feeling some form of source of power that has connected him to this form, or not?
You mean like is there electricity in here?
Or even not even electricity or something? Yeah, maybe even electricity, but something that is like, is there a way of basically like, you know, putting the pin to the balloon right here? Or is it simply a form that is he has structured himself in that is, you know, that cannot be sort of
I need an occult roll. I need an occult roll, and I need 4 successes, and you'll know exactly what he's done. This is a little bit beyond even you, because the occult library he left for you did not give information on how to work the flux.
I'm going to spend a willpower.
Okay, yeah, plus 3 dice.
Yeah, and is it just occult? Yeah.
Plus your intelligence, of course.
Okay, so that's then okay, cool. And then, am I right in thinking that my good brain merit for occult means that I could technically reroll?
That's right. That's correct.
Okay.
You only need one brain when you got a good brain.
I got a good brain. Oh shit. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I have to use my good brain.
Really?
That was so shocking. I have a pool of 11.
Oh yeah. You should be able to get 4 successes, no problem.
Okay. Okay. All right. I've got 3, but 110.
Okay.
Oh, so it all comes down to one roll? Oh my.
No.
Fuck. So all you know is that flux is sort of when a ritual of I can tell you this much with 3 successes. When a ritual to create a Promethean goes wrong, it results in Pandorans, which is what you fought when you were fighting with Ulysses in that garage in Centralia. But you theorize, and again, you read nothing about this, Achille, that your master, your creator, has decided to fully embrace the strange kind of alchemy that happens when a ritual is done wrong on purpose, and it has allowed him to somehow change his form in shocking ways. He probably has some connection to Pandorans. And I'll tell you one more thing from your little brainstorm here. He sounds crazy, like opening. I know that that's obvious, but I mean that like you don't think that that's exactly how it will work. There's the river of life and death to you, Achille, is a metaphor. It's not like literally another place. And the look in his eyes used to be so calm all the time, so scholarly, and his eyes are wide now as he feasts on chicken parts. So everybody is politely eating. Yes, Mary Rose.
Yeah, as I tear into this like raw meat, can I just like stare daggers at Patsy? Can I attempt to like intimidate her? I want her to be unsettled.
Yeah, of course you can. Why don't you go ahead and give me a presence plus intimidation roll?
Okay. Would my unholy strength allow me to reroll 9s in this situation, or no?
I don't think for an intimidation, because you,
Well,
I think
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. So she is going to do something to you, and the second you do that to her, she she looks into your eyes. She looks into your face, and let's see if she gets more successes on this. Let's see, because she's been studying under the best here.
Ugh.
Here we go. Okay. Holy shit.
Oh no.
No. I can't believe this. You won. So you see her reach out with her like kind of like her Azoth, like to try to like kind of use her disquiet against you, and you can feel just like right at her beating heart, like kind of like get like, but like in the end, like she looks away from you. You've like cowed her.
Cowed her?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
And Patsy goes and vomits a little ectoplasm onto herself.
And I kind of look to her and say, Where would you like us to be, Father?
Yes, of course. We'd love to help you in any way we can. And I need to say that as much as like chickens being crammed into mouths, Cyprian is like a blade is just on a fingertip as they cut like a little strip and like it's like
You must protect the ritual. People will try perhaps to take our destiny and throw it off course. I need strong created like you to make sure that the ritual is successful. I would have you on the boat.
Yes, on the boat.
The humans will die, but some of them may perhaps try to swim to shore. If you could hold them down into the water until their respiration ceases, the more that die, the more successful the opening of the way will be.
Of course.
Unless, of course, you care for the humans.
We do not know who they are. We have no feeling of them. We will help you, one way or another.
Good. Good. Yes, and how about you, beautiful one? He looks to Cyprian. You do not care for the humans, do you? You do not think yourself one of them?
And Cyprian just quickly glances at Achille, like, of course not. We have learned of late how we are reborn. Our ascension has already begun. We already stand at the crossroads between life and death. If you can open the way, then we will step into the place that you have prepared.
I see that you carry one of the great ancient tomes with you. And he points to your the Bible maybe hanging out of your rucksack. And he's like, You know that this is the end of the road. The dead in Christ shall rise, yes?
The end times.
Yes. And you, little one, stuck in this form that does not suit you. You have no love for the humans, do you?
And as he says that, I kind of reach, perhaps like to, like without anyone knowing, to Mary Rose and sort of try and grab her hand to kind of squeeze it slightly. Or something.
Small one, you have no love for the humans, do you?
I do not care what happens to them one way or another. But there is nothing wrong with me as I am either.
No, I misspoke. Forgive me. Your form is beautiful, but it could be whatever you wish it to be. And his tongue snakes out and gets a bit of a chicken that was right there. And then Peter steps forward and goes, Yes, we will help you. This is the work I've been looking for. All of us agree to help you in this great work. You can tell that Peter just doesn't know that you guys are lying.
It's like,
Peter?
Well done, Peter.
Yes, we will try.
These are my friends, and my friends and I will use our hands to help you hold the humans under the water. Yes.
Great. And I'll sort of be like, come, we must walk, explore the island a little. We shall return.
Yes, we will prepare for
Yes.
murder. I mean, drowning. The river. We prepare.
For the baptism.
Did you say baptism?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, this ritual was so old it lacked a name. But now it has one. Soon, we will engage in the baptism.
Yes.
Very good. And so he is completely, for now, trusting of you, apparently. And Patsy steps away from the door, especially when Mary Rose approaches. And
Well
you
done.
are welcome to walk and go where you'd like.
I think we walk far from this
It's like,
space.
okay, we're going.
Away from animals.
So as we're out of earshot, it's like, okay, Peter,
Everything.
a little talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, as you leave, you realize that you now are kind of always aware of Ubongo's like Azothic presence because he has a lot of it, and so now that you've caught scent of it, and like even as you go down the mountain after you've walked for even 10 minutes, like you're kind of like still aware that he's on this island with you.
Okay, so look, I may not know what I want to do with this life that we have, but I don't want to die, and I don't think that death is good.
No,
We are not to do
What
what he
is-
says.
you're
He is
right.
lost.
Achille,
He's not-
Mary Rose. He's speaking of disrupting the balance that surrounds us. Imagine all those people on that ship. Any one of them.
We could save them.
He is not speaking of sound minds. He is influenced by power. It is not good work. This is bad work. And I kind of look to Peter and I'm like, Peter, this will be the most sinful act you will ever commit in your lifetime if you follow through with this. Do you understand?
I do. You lied.
No.
You all lied to him.
We simply lied to protect many lives. Sometimes a lie is better than the truth. Do you understand? If we were truthful there, what he would have done to you, to us. Do you see?
But he says that what he is about to do is written in the good book.
No.
He says that we'll no longer be different from them.
No. He is delusional. That is not my creator. That is something else. That is an abomination. I don't know.
It sounds like Peter's his loyalties are strangely turning. So
may I attempt to persuade Peter?
I think you need to.
Please do.
Yes.
And I think yes, I'll turn to Peter and be like, yes, he speaks the words of the good book. For when the devil walks among them, he will be well versed in scripture. Oh, Peter, do not walk in the path of iniquity, for it is beguiling. He will tempt you with beautiful words, with the words of the Almighty. But these are the end times, and you are beholding in that mill not the path of righteousness, but the Antichrist.
Oh, very good. Now give me a presence plus persuasion roll, and you can add a die to it.
Okay. Oh my. Oh yeah. Oh man. 3 successes.
3 successes. So Peter says, I understand. You confused me with your twisted words, but I think I understand. We will say we are helping him, but we are not helping him.
Oh, Peter, walk in this path, and you shall be sinful Peter no longer. The only baptism that shall occur is yours, and sinful Peter shall be washed away, and Peter will be born again.
Thank you, Cyprian. I look forward to my baptism. And now I would like to know what you plan to do, because you have a lot of time. You got here so early. So would you like to
get the fuck out, run?
You can. You can. I mean, what do you think that you do? Like, how are you going to stop him? What is your plan? You could. He basically, Ubongo, through your discussion, wants you all to get onto the boat when the boat goes down, and then get off of it safely, but make sure that nobody prevents whatever sabotage he has planned from happening.
Make sure it's a mass drowning.
So this is the thing. I kind of feel like we should actually maybe there's a few options, right? One, I want to burn. I think we should burn the barn, or find some way of. But the thing is, we can't get close enough without raising alarm.
Yeah.
Right. But then at the same time, I'm thinking we should actually sabotage the ship.
Stop it from leaving port.
Even just stop it from leaving port completely. And almost put in like a bomb threat and sort of try and lead where where this threat is. But like throw like a real big, like make a big deal out of it in order to get some serious like firepower against a bomb, freaking Ubongo steroids. So but yeah, I don't know. But then does that put more people's life at risk? Because sending people with guns in to fight this thing who he's definitely going to decimate to some degree or form. But I do think we should definitely try and probably stop the ship, right?
Yes.
Right?
Stop the ship, but then also perhaps stop him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't fight this guy, man. This guy, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe we could. I don't know. I mean, we've got Josephine, crazy Josephine who punches cows. So
yeah,
we've got muscle.
We could, make him think we are going to help and have him give us more responsibilities on the day, and then turn. If we could have some integral part to making it succeed, then we could stop it from doing so and save these people. And then, they might be beholden to us and thankful and grateful in some way.
Yes.
The last part, not as important, but the first part, I think, maybe.
I want to know where everybody is, where you're having this conversation. So you've left the mill, but are you down in the little inhabited area of the island, or are you still out in the woods? What are you?
I think we're like far away from the woods, right?
Try to get as far away from Ubongo as possible.
You could probably see the pier. You know what I mean?
Pick up a caramel apple if they have them.
Okay, great. So you're kind of down in the little touristy area, eating caramel apples. You have convinced Peter that he was confused, and so I guess if you're going to sabotage this plan in some way, you need to tell me when you're going to do that. Are you going to? And where are you going to kind of shelter while you wait to do that?
Yeah,
I feel like as well, like I might say like we need to find a way to stop him, because if he fails today, he will simply try again tomorrow.
Oh yes.
This ritual must be at an appointed time. But he may try again, if not tomorrow, then the next confluence where it could happen. I believe we should stop the ship from leaving its port, save the people who would have been on it. But your creator must be stopped as well.
Well, we could just go smash him.
Yes.
Okay. So two things are on the table. Kind of stopping the ship from ever leaving port and attacking directly or indirectly Ubongo to stop him. And
He's
so I
also
want
got
to...
Patsy, so we should lure her out and take her out first.
Peter, how good are you with your hands?
Oh, he is like, I am strong. I can do much with these hands.
Perhaps you and Miss Mary Rose, you deal with Ubongo. I and the Cyprian will deal with Patsy. Maybe we stop at the source. We warn the people of what will take place on the ship, a bomb scare, while we deal with the unnatural cause of what is going on.
Very good. So let's take care of the bomb scare first. That feels like the first step. Mm-hmm. Who is calling it in, and what are they saying?
Could I? Yeah, go on.
The socials.
Social skill. I'll give it a shot. Yes.
Okay.
May I?
Yes, you may. You need to find a phone, and you need to tell me how you're doing all of this.
Okay, great. We're on. So if timeline is what it is, we've never left the island.
That's
We're
right.
Still on Presque Isle.
We've got 2 days.
So I think I would, I guess maybe call from if one of the local shops has a landline, or if there's a payphone. Even payphone would be preferable.
Mm.
So this is like 48 hours early, or are you waiting till a little closer?
I feel like it's better closer so that they don't have a chance to search the ship, because we want to stop it right before the departure of the would-be ritual.
But you could then also give them a warning in advance, right? And say like, in 2 days, I've been tipped off in 2 days' time that there's going to be a terrorist attack taking place on the ship, specifically on this day.
Yeah.
I won't tell you.
So early or day of? Early or day of? I do need to know that.
What you go? I'm leaving it to you, mate. I don't know how. Yeah. What do you think?
I think day of. In order to keep the.
You can tell Ross Bryant knows drama. Let's go day of.
Okay.
But that gives you guys time to prepare. So what I'm going to allow you is, anything you want to do really quickly. Tell me if there's anything you do to prepare, because it sounds like there's going to be a assault on Ubongo and Patsy, and there's also going to be this thing called in. So you have 2 days, so each of you can do 2 things to prepare, like some major thing. If we need to roll for it, we will. Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III, what do you do to prepare? Do you do anything?
Shoot. Someone else go first.
That's okay.
Okay.
Killy, what do you do to prepare? Sorry.
Okay, one thing I'm going to do is, I don't know whether this is an aesthetic thing or maybe something that could help. I'm going to make myself a staff. That's what I'm going to do.
Amazing.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
Wizard fight. Love it.
Yeah, exactly. If there's some actual power that I could possibly attain from creating or crafting my own staff.
Now, Ubongo's staff looks like a caduceus. What kind of symbology does your staff use?
Oh man. What's a caduceus?
It's like 2 snakes intertwining with each other and like kind of like eating each other.
So mine, I think, will be of maybe of Ra. Like if there's a bird on it, bird with wings on the top, like almost that kind of vibe.
Your friend Cyprian has something called crafting the master's tools, right?
Yes, indeed.
I think I do too as well.
Oh yeah, so you have that as well. Okay,
can we double it? Can we forge the master's tools times 2?
Yeah. And what did you say your staff is going to have on it?
Ra. So like the
Ra.
bird. Yeah.
Eagle of Ra.
Okay, great. Crafting the master's tools, I believe, just means you get 9 again on this roll. So give me, let's call it a dexterity plus crafts roll, which I see, Achille, you do have 3 of, and you have good dexterity, so you got 6 dice, and then you can take 9 again on all of this, and then because you're being helped by somebody else who has crafting the master's tools, why don't you take take 8 again? So this is like going to be an incredible staff. If you roll an 8, you can re-roll that as well.
And it's just a staff. No, it's I got 3 successes.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Plus the 3, so that's 6. So yeah, right?
6 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. That's an incredible. So out of the woods, you get ready for this battle by crafting this beautiful staff of Ra, and it looks like it's holding a kind of a sun emblem, which is the symbol of Ra. And for some reason, you have some premonition that this will be useful in some way. That this can channel power, and you're not quite sure how, but that is an incredible way to get prepared. Cyprian, it sounded like you had something you wanted to do to prepare.
I was also going to use Forge the Master's tools in order to make something that looks like an improvised explosive device. To go to a hardware shop and just get pieces of metal and wires and just something that looks incredibly suspicious that I can spirit onto the ship to make the bomb call even more legitimate seeming.
Okay, very good. So go ahead and give me a roll for that. That's going to be intelligence. No, it's going to be manipulation plus crafts.
And I will probably give you again my aid with my Forge the Master's tools.
Okay, great. Yeah. So the rule for forging the Master's tools is actually that things get extra durability and extra bonus dies to the roll using the object. But I'm going to go ahead and give you 8 again because you're both a super craftsman and you're making this thing.
Great. I'm going to spend a willpower.
Okay.
And that gets me what exactly?
Plus 3 dice.
Okay. All right. Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. And so you have something that I think definitely could be mistaken for a bomb.
Great. And I stash that in that hose closet.
Oh, nice. Very clever.
You get back on the boat, you stash it in the hose closet. Mm-hmm. And so now, Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III, what do you do during this time to get kind of prepared for the battle?
Well, I would love for her to find maybe in a kitchen somewhere, or in, if there's any sort of industrial, a large meat grinder that she'll strap to her chest.
That's insane, and I don't know why she's doing it, but I'm fully in favor of it. I think that in order for her to find this meat grinder, I think that we'll go with why don't we go with, oh my gosh, that also sounds like a wits to find this thing plus investigation roll.
Okay.
There's a cured meat shop somewhere in this little tourist.
Sure. Probably. Let's see. I need at least 2 successes on this.
Okay.
You can get your willpower, throw that in there to get plus 3 as well.
I can do it after the fact, yeah? The willpower?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Two successes.
Oh, nice.
2 successes. Okay. Very good. So you managed to do this. You have a meat grinder that is strapped to your body. And would you like to tell your storyteller what you plan to do with that, or would you just like to let it ride?
And a butcher's knife, I assume, would be in the.
You found a butcher shop. Would you like some meats as well? It looks like Ubongo's been stealing chicken from this place.
No, she's been seeing in this quaint little town that there's these beautiful little meat pies being served, and has an idea of her own in mind.
Okay, great. I'm gonna let you surprise me with that because I'm really, really curious about it. But you know what? You guys get 2 days to prepare, but so do your enemies. And so I'm going to make some rolls for them real quick just to see how they're doing.
Do you think I could also find like a kid's bike helmet to put on?
You know what? You got 2 successes, right?
Yeah.
Pick 2 things.
I'll take the butcher knife and I'll take the helmet and the meat grinder.
Oh,
Okay, great. I can't imagine what's about to happen. Okay, sorry, I have to just figure this out. Okay. Okay. On the day of, Ubongo finds you, and he talks to you, Achille, and he probably meets you like in the middle of like that touristy area. You all are like sitting at like a cafe where they make it's like a cupcake cafe, and it just shows you how the Azoth alters human perceptions because he is sitting there, this like outrageous monster, holding his Caduceus staff. Do you have your staff on you?
I think my staff is sitting. It's like on my like on my legs, but you can, it's there with me.
Do you think Ra is the proper symbol to carry into this conflict, into this ritual? I'm afraid that deity's connotations are incorrect for the working we are about to undertake. Anubis would be more appropriate. Don't you agree?
I kind of look at him, really kind of staring at him. I'm like, you have lost your way.
Ah, you are having doubts.
Not doubts. I understand now. What you are trying to do, it is not from you. This is not my creator. Please, Ubongo, do not do this. You don't have to do this.
He stands up and says, I'm doing this for you. Mary Rose, where are you the day of?
The day of?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like dawn. It's like dawn. It's Cyprian is gonna make the call in like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm just prepping, running, doing some pull-ups in the forest, maybe finding a forest cow, testing out the meat grinder that it can run through smoothly.
Very good. Then give me a wits plus investigation roll.
Okay. 4 successes.
Oh wow. You realize before she even arrives that Patsy has probably been the one who's been kind of trailing you and watching you for days. You just had kind of a slight sense of it, and now you're sure of it, and you can feel her somewhere out there in the woods as you kind of prepare the things that you have ready for her. I'm
gonna write out crudely on a piece of paper in like kids writing, like a recipe for Patsy pie.
Oh my god.
Miss Mary Rose got a taste for it.
She comes out of the woods with a big knife, and it's like, traitor. You're a traitor to your kind. You love them, don't you? You think you can become one of them. You think you are one of them, but you're not. Let me tear you into pieces and show you what you really are. Yeah! And she's coming at you.
All right, come at me, bitch. I would love to try and like vault to meet her and like aim like head first and sort of try to get her arm, if it's outstretched, into this meat grinder.
Wow.
This is fantastic.
This is
Rad.
really bizarre. Cyprian, I want to hear the call.
You should, yeah.
Yeah, that's happening, like, let's say right now.
So right as the crank of the meat grinder's like, crank, you can, you just see the metal of a coin clink into the deep, deep, deep.
Should I call for an investigation roll to find a payphone? No, go ahead.
And I think enough investigation has been done.
Are you calling the cops, or are you calling the Queen Victorian boat line?
Queen Victoria boat line.
Queen Victoria boat line. This is Cindy.
The
Hello?
time. Cindy. What time is it?
Well, let's see, sir. It is 11:22 a.m.
By 4 o'clock, Cindy, everyone who gets on your ship will die if my demands are not met.
Okay, you know what? We get a lot of these calls, and we can get the police to trace them. So I think
Look
it's
in the
time for you
hold
to
of
hang
your
up.
ship, Cindy, and you will see that we are not bluffing. We are legion, for we are many.
I want you to make a roll to convince her.
Great.
Oh my god.
A presence plus manipulation plus persuasion. But here's the thing: you're not in person, which can be make it a little harder. So
Right, I can't rely on my beauty.
yeah, I want 2 successes.
All right, manipulation and persuasion.
Mm-hmm. No, intimidation. It's got to be intimidation, right?
Intimidation. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
How do 3 successes sound?
3 successes sound like enough, and so she immediately hangs up.
Mm-hmm. Have a good night, Cindy.
Okay, great. Where is Peter? Who is he with? I'm going to assume he's with Achille.
Yeah.
And so Achille, Ubongo stands and says, "It does not matter if you help me or not. This is going to happen." And he just sort of walks casually toward the ship.
I kind of stand as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I kind of raise my staff and I'm like, no, you shall not pass. Kind of and I'm like ready to fucking fight him. And like Peter is well behind him as well.
Okay,
have I cracked what power this has got or anything?
No, you actually have no idea what power it's got.
Great.
It's a Gandalf power.
And what happens now is Ubongo says, "Don't make me hurt you. I did this for you. Once the dead cannot die, you will no longer be a walking corpse. You will be one of them. Don't make me do this."
And I kind of look to, I say, you have already hurt me. From the moment you left me. This is not right. This is not you. And I'm going to go and attack the motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. He is right now lifting his staff, and electricity is arcing through it as you come toward him. By the way, when a Promethean uses their transmutations, their azothic illusion drops. And so people who were just walking around kind of like enjoying the touristy area here on the island suddenly see this man transform into a giant hulking monster and start screaming and running from him. And let's have the first roll. How are you attacking him, Achille?
So I think I am going to try and almost form a distraction. So then Peter, wherever he is going to try and, so if his attention's on me, I'm going to try and almost, I've probably told Peter as a way of like, we need to get that staff. We need to get that staff off him as a first act. So let him focus on me to begin with. And then and I'm going to use my swift feet as well to try and hopefully aid the moving and dodging of this element of what's about to happen.
Okay, so your action is you're just going to kind of dodge out of the way. This was your distraction, right? Is like
Yes.
engaging him like this.
Yes.
So just give me a roll to dodge out of the way. Dexterity plus athletics, but because of your swift feet,
Okay.
I think you can go ahead and give that plus 2 dice. And here comes his electricity coming out of his staff toward you.
Okay.
Okay,
I got 4.
Nicely done. He got 2. So an arc of electricity comes out of his staff toward you. You're not there anymore, and that's when Peter just comes barreling out of like the merry-go-round and smashing into Ubongo to the tune of a lot of dice of pushing and oh my god. Okay. Still 5 successes. 5 successes for Peter, who smashes into Ubongo and gets the staff out of his hands. So we'll leave them there for a moment, and now we'll come to where Patsy is going to attack you with a big knife, Mary Rose Priscilla III, and you are going to try to stuff her arm into a meat grinder that you have strapped to your chest. I love it. Let's see, Patsy, where are your stats? Here we go. Please roll a strength plus brawl attack.
Okay. I'm going to spend a willpower. I got 1 success.
Well, guess what? Patsy rolled a dice pool and got a bunch of 1s and no successes. Patsy critically missed this somehow. So Patsy runs toward you with the knife, and your little trap, like, just kind of, I'm going to rule, sort of works. You turn it toward her, and she goes, ah! Like, directly into the meat grinder. I can't believe she, like, botched the roll. Like, with, like, she got 1s and no successes. So she is...
Can I clamp her in place? Like, that's what I want to, like...
Well, you failed as well. So I think that for a moment, just describe to me, when her arm goes in, you start turning it. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I'm going to start turning it. I mean, I got 1 at least. Yeah, I'll start turning.
I'm gonna eat you.
Beautiful. We're gonna leave them there for a second, and then we're gonna go to Cyprian. What was the plan as soon as you had called in the threat?
You just see the phone booth, the phone like ning, 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 hanging from its cord as the Cyprian is now racing towards where they feel. Would I be able to find members of my bonded throng by feel?
Yeah. So who were you close to? Who did you plan to be near? Like,
I was planning to be near Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III to help them with their little Patsy problem.
Yeah, you leave the payphone and you come up into the
swift
woods.
as wind.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like a kind of little campground area where they're fighting with like picnic tables and things like that. And you run up into there and you see Patsy's arm going into the meat grinder. And what would you like to do?
I would like to come at her from behind and give her a taste of the old clockwork blade.
Okay, very good. You can do that, and go ahead and roll your dexterity plus your brawl, and you can do some damage to her.
All right. Could that be dexterity plus weaponry, since I'll be employing my
yes
weapons?
Yeah, I'll allow that. Yeah.
Oh no! I'm gonna willpower it. Oh God! I fail.
Okay.
Multiple 1s and no successes.
You fail multiple 1s and no successes. So I'm going to rule that Patsy, you actually end up getting Patsy free of the meat grinder. Now, part of her hand comes off with it, but the way you knocked into her kind of pulls her loose, and her gnarled hand is like bleeding and dripping ectoplasm, and she still has her knife. And now you're both kind of taking her on together. Probably a pretty good plan. Let's go back to Ubongo and Peter. So Peter has the staff now. What did you tell him to do with it once he has it?
Give it to me as soon as he does. So I've got 2 staffs.
Okay, very good. He hands it to you, and you have 2 staffs. And Ubongo gets to his feet and goes, and then spits a huge wad of phlegm at your face, Achille. And that phlegm is sizzling in a really kind of scary way.
Lord.
And let's see. You grabbed a staff, but I'll allow you to take an action. What action would you like to take?
I was gonna try and essentially, like, because I saw him lift it, right, to gain this electricity, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna try and almost do, get both the staffs and kind of point them like douche both in the air in a way, or maybe or something, but also by fire branding them or trying to, raise my either use Azoth or Pyros or whatever to try and essentially just activate it.
Very good. You raise them into the air and roll your Azoth.
Okay. Oh. Okay, 3 successes.
Okay, so 3 successes. So you are sure that these are just normal pieces of wood,
Right.
and you're not quite sure what's going. Like nothing happens. Like you think that you've gotten his magic item. You think that you've gotten the source of his power. But nothing happens when you raise them into the air. And the wad of phlegm flies toward you, splashes against you, and does 2 lethal damage.
Oh my god.
And he goes, "You're too late. The sigil has already been set. The plan will happen whether you are aboard or not." And he is laughing at you as his face drips with sizzling acid. And now back into the picnic area. Mary Rose, what would you like to do?
Can I attempt to tackle her once more and slam her down so I can use ground and pound?
That sounds like a good idea. Give me a strength plus brawl roll. She's going to attempt to cut you with her knife again. Actually, no, she's going to do that to the Cyprian because the Cyprian's the one who just fucked with her. And Cyprian, what are you going to do?
I want to, with my blades, take off the hand that's holding the knife.
Okay, take off the hand that's holding the knife. Go for it. Give me a dexterity plus weaponry roll. And let's see. All right. How did everybody do?
5 successes.
Holy shit. Okay. How did you do, Cyprian?
Another total failure.
Okay, so Cyprian, you get cut really badly to the tune of 4 lethal damage from this knife. But then that is when, Mary Rose, you grab her, you pound her into the ground, and you said how many successes?
5.
Okay, I'm going to let you, because she wasn't paying attention to you at all, and her attack doesn't counteract yours. I'm going to say she takes 5 bashing damage from you. Let's see, wait. There we go. I just have to see what that does to her. 1, 2, 3, 5.
My intention is
she's
to
still got a little bit of health left.
My intention is to keep her prone, right? So I can do this in the next turn.
Right, that's the ground and pound maneuver, right? So I'll make it a little harder for her to get up. You're like basically like body slamming her against the ground right now after she cut your friend Cyprian so badly. And so now we come back to Achille and Ubongo, and Ubongo is laughing at you as acid drips out of his mouth. And Peter is like, "What do we do?"
We attack him. We destroy him. Every being of him. And I sort of then, use so I can't feel. So if these are 2 pieces of wood and I saw him raise it, and there's nothing I can feel that is like, I can't even enchant them or something with my
Well, it sounds like you want some information, right?
Yeah.
So
Pretty
it
much.
sounds like a cult roll for you. And
Okay.
you want Peter to attack Ubongo, right? To kind
Yes.
of keep okay.
Yeah.
So Peter
keep
will
him
do that.
distracted.
Peter
Yeah.
will do that, and then you need to give me that intelligence plus occult. He just gave you more information. The sigil is already in place, he said.
Yeah. So intelligence plus occult, and I'm gonna roll a willpower to give me that hasty dice pool. Here we go. And we're gonna roll. Oh, sweet fucking Jesus. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 successes.
Oh my God.
So you suddenly realize that you need to be at the boat because whatever he has done, he's already rigged the boat somehow. Like the sigil is in place. There was a sigil you missed somewhere on that boat that he put there, and you've got the boat is going to go down. Something's going to happen to it. Now, Cyprian made sure that there wouldn't be passengers on board in theory. And the boat should probably still be docked. You're unsure, but you're right there at the boardwalk. You're really close.
Yeah.
So, but that's what you realize. He's already booby-trapped the boat somehow with the occult means.
So with that, then I kind of shout to Peter. I'm like keep him busy, and I'm going to use that swift feet of mine to kind of run toward the boat with these two staffs.
Great. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. So first of all, Peter versus Ubongo. Let's see how that went. So Ubongo rolls a giant physical dice pool and just rolled 0 against Peter's 2 successes. So Peter is like, and they're like kaiju. They're like Godzilla and King Kong, like knocking over waste paper baskets and little tables with umbrellas as people scream and run away. And you run and you get to the boat where the boat is docked. And Achille, you see dozens of police officers running all over it, like a bunch of police. And you also see a big dark cloud growing over it, and you see an arc of lightning above the boat. Meanwhile, with Achille, with Cyprian and Mary Rose and Patsy, what are you going to do this round? Continue to pound her, right?
Ground and pound, except now I'm dragging her into the grinder because I'm on the ground with her.
Okay, great. What about you, Cyprian?
The old grind and pound. Yeah, I'm doing so great. I feel like the last time I tried to almost like parry your blade with my own hand and just got slashed up the wrist. Like, I got hurt real bad. So I think you know what? I think that hurt my pride, and I'm going to attempt to stab her while she's on the ground.
Great. You attempt to stab her, and you attempt to ground and pound her, and she's just going to try to get up. And tell me how your rolls go. That'd be your usual Dex plus weaponry, and for Mary Rose, Strength plus Brawl.
6.
Oh, I love this doll.
Crazy.
I love it. Honestly.
Great. So she only got 1 success. How did you do? Cyprian?
2 successes.
Okay, so let's see. 6 successes. Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's 1 more bashing, and then it becomes 1, 2, 3. 4,
yeah, because I didn't
5.
actually use ground and pound last time. I was like putting her in position for ground because ground and pound lets me re-roll all of the failed dice too.
Right. So basically, with Cyprian and Mary Rose gang up on her, you have started doing aggravated damage to her. You filled her counter with lethal now, and you've started doing aggravated damage to her. And once you've done like aggravated damage all the way through her health level, you will have kind of pulled her to pieces. So rather than go through turn by turn the rest of this fight, which it looks like you've won, I want to know, do you pull her to pieces? Do you completely destroy her body, or do you show mercy?
You grind.
0. There's 0 mercy. She's gone through the meat grinder.
Please, I'm going to say that this combat is over. Please describe putting her through the meat grinder.
Okay, well, as soon as she stops fighting, right, at some point, there's got to be like, she's dead at some point. And so Miss Mary just like sits on one of the picnic tables and continues like, little legs swinging.
No!
I should have gone head first, really.
He's doing it for us! You would have had a chance to grow up, you stupid little...
I'm an adult!
And
God.
I would love to, you know, feel like I have to go look for pastry sheets afterwards because I'm gonna drop them off at a pie place.
I think maybe the Cyprian would be the one who might have a little bit of mercy as the arm is getting consumed up to the neck, and it's just like, you. I don't know whether you didn't know or whether you lied, but it was because of you that Doug ran away. And just a blade pops out of their elbow and hurt.
Oh my God.
I'm not rolling. Both of you lose a point of humanity.
Yep.
That's fair.
That's fair.
And so now, because Peter is keeping Obongo busy, I want to focus on Achille. Achille, what do? There are cops on the boat. There is a lightning kind of surging overhead.
Yes. So I'm sort of looking for, and I don't know how the pier is. If the pier is just is just like a simple pier with just, a wooden sort of way of going on it, but I want to get basically higher than the boat.
Okay, very good.
To a higher place than the boat.
Dexterity plus athletics roll to just climb to the highest spot you can.
Okay. I'm going to also spend a point of willpower here again. And can I use my swift feet? Does that help?
Yes, of course. I think it helps only in that. I think it only helps. Normally, it just says it doubles your running speed. I'm going to let it help only in that I'm allowing you to do this super quick.
Okay.
Normally I'd make this harder, but.
Okay, 4 successes.
Okay, so Achille, you managed to come to there's this sort of boathouse out on the pier, and if you get to the top of it, you're kind of at the same height as the top of the boat, right?
Okay.
But it's still 30 yards from you, out in the water, docked against one of the wharfs. So you have climbed up on top of this, and the cops are starting to point at you and go, "Sir, get down from there! We got someone up here!" And there are now all the cops are all coming to the edge of the boat and pointing their guns up at you. And so I would like to know. And on the lightning, you hear a big peal of thunder, and now you can really feel the Azoth above you, starting to. And by the way, now that you are up at this height, you are looking over at the top of the ship. And you can see that something has been burnt into the top of it. A big symbol has been burnt onto the roof of the ship.
What is the symbol?
It is a symbol for the river of life and death.
So, with Firebrand, can I put that symbol on these staff? Can I brand these staff with it?
Yes, you can.
Because I'm going to brand it and then just raise them up to attract the lightning to come to surge to me.
Spend a Pyros.
Okay.
You spend a Pyros. You put that same symbol onto your staffs. You raise them into the air. Just as those cops are "Put the weapon down!" I said, "Put the weapon down!" And you don't do it, and bullets start flying. But at that very moment, lightning comes down out of the sky. Boom! And instead of hitting the ship, it goes directly into Achille. But this lightning is infused with Azoth. This isn't the normal lightning that would heal you. This is lightning that was intended to sink a ship, to drown people, to burn a ship. And so it is more power than you can possibly ever absorb or use, Achille. And Achille, you take...
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get all of my dice. Oh, my God. Achille, you take...
Oh, man.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You take 6 aggravated damage from it. Fully aggravated. How many health levels does Achille have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh my god!
Did you not take any damage?
Achille, you survive. But you do go. I think I'm going to rule that you go falling off the roof of the boathouse, smashing into the dock below. Police surround you, and now we are going to move into the very final part of our story. That's when everything would go to black for a second. And now the final part of our story. I first want to find out what did you do next, or what happens next for Mary Rose Priscilla III?
Mary Rose is now at Humanity 5. And I think this starts the path of a very dark road that she continues down. I think perhaps, I think we've seen cult inclinations within her, and I think she takes what she has learned from, someone like Ubongo, who didn't quite convince us, and takes that in on how to get people, and you have to give them what they want first for a bit. And she's essentially going to create this cult, if she can, that serves her and worships her in a way. But also, you know what? I think she's going to turn into like a Charles Manson type, because she's going to start a meat pie industry.
Please go ahead and add a dot to her presence or her persuasion. And then go ahead and let's see how her cult is doing as we close our story. So,
okay.
This takes years and months. But
manipulation and...
Yeah, manipulation plus you could add the dot to her manipulation instead of her presence if you'd like. Or add one dot to something.
I can do persuasion.
Okay, great. And then roll a manipulation plus persuasion, and let's see in your coda how Mary Rose's cult is going in the end.
Okay, there's 2 10s, a 9, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me re-roll the 10s. Another 9. So 5 successes.
5 successes. So currently in Pennsylvania, there are people that are bringing sweet treats into like an industrial area, like bags of candy, caramel apples, and they are placing them at the feet of a little broken doll, and they are saying, "Madam, we bring these gifts to please Sweet Tooth."
Can they call me Queen Sweet Tooth?
Oh my god.
Queen Sweet Tooth.
Oh my god.
What would you ask of us? What is our next mission?
Find an unworthy soul who will be our next meal.
And she starts stuffing her face with candy.
Oh my god!
That was really kind of creatively awful. And now, let me ask Cyprian. Cyprian, how does your story end after this incident on Les Guile?
Well, first off, I wouldn't mind something to the effect of, like, if I don't want to take anything away from Achille, but if perhaps Achille receives perhaps a visitor at the local jail, and after being taken in by a swarm of police.
Yeah, sure.
And in a office interrogation room, a door swings open, and a handsome young police officer walks in, saying, like, "Normally I wouldn't do this sort of thing, but you got kind of a way about you." And then a tall, slender form comes in and is like, "Thank you, Brian. I've always depended upon the kindness of strangers." And then that person sits across from Achille and looks down at his cuffs. It's like, "Now those don't look comfortable at all." perhaps someone could do something about that.
And where am I, man? What's happening with me?
Well, I'm kind of letting you decide. We're at the end of the story, but Cyprian has used their final scene to make sure that you have your freedom. So I, as the storyteller, won't go, oh, you can't do that. You're in jail. Cyprian did a daring escape for you. So I guess I finally turn to Achille and ask Achille, and you can ask me questions, but how does your story end?
So this is the thing. So the act afterwards, what do I remember?
You remember all of it. I mean, your mind is that's what you do. You absorb information and remember it. So Achille remembers everything.
So I probably survived it. I still feel dead, right? I still feel still feel who I am.
Yeah.
In regards to so then I think in regards to having been arrested and kind of looking at the Cyprian, I kind of give a nod, and as he undoes my cuffs, I kind of look at him and do we run?
I believe so.
And I think I just start to run. I think we start to get
very good. Out. Back on the run, back on the road again. Mary Rose is somewhere building her army of darkness, but
if I could, maybe months later, we see a middle-aged working man sitting at home eating like a hungry man dinner. There's a key fob on the table next to him that just says moving contractor Douglas Reynolds, a phone number. It's raining. As he puts a forkful into his mouth, there's a crack of lightning outside, and you can see silhouetted out there in the night, looking through the window, a totally blank mask reaching for the glass.
Oh my God.
Oh, I will add one more coda. The thing that you all didn't see because you ran from that police station, you ran from that island that day, was that in the middle of the touristy area near the funnel cake stand and near the soda shop and the place where you buy little mugs that say Erie, PA, is a broken statue in pieces. It looks like someone you knew once, but it's a shattered form of clay, broken to pieces on the pavement, completely destroyed. Peter, ripped to shreds.
Oh, shit.
Which means somewhere out there, your creator is going to try again.
Oh no!
God.
And that is the end of our show for today. We gave you an extra half hour. That's finale vibes. Thank you, players, for hanging out a little longer. Man, this has been so much fun and so weird, and you keep adding weirdness to it. Thank you for the meat grinder, Joe. That was so beautiful.
Beautiful. That's not the word.
No, I mean,
cult.
I just mean beautiful in that how much you guys get this game and just turn it up one more notch. So, thank you. The game is Promethean. Play it at home with your friends, and please let these excellent performers know how much you love them. Find them on their socials. Let them know you enjoyed this, and follow everything they do because they're all doing a lot of exciting stuff. Thank you, Abu, Joe, and Ross. That is the end of our series. We'll play again soon. I promise. We'll play again soon. All right. Bye-bye. Guys, that's it. We are going on hiatus for a little while. We're going to have really big things to talk about in the new year with the Stream of Blood and the kind of work we're doing. But just keep an eye out because on December 4th, there will be a final Blood and Blades game to end the story of the Tin Whistles. So that's December 4th. And then I think we have scheduled our Vampire of Pittsburgh Christmas special. I believe we decided that is on December 18th. So keep an eye on our socials and be sure to check those games out as we end 2 more great sagas and come to kind of a new era of the Stream of Blood. That's coming up in December. But other than that, we are going on a hiatus till the new year. I have loved playing these games with you and for you. And we love our viewers so much. We love that we had 100 people here today watching a Frankensteins game. That is so lovely. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You are what I am grateful for this Thanksgiving. You are what I am thankful for. And I'm also thankful to Jill Petracek, who helps us out in every way conceivable. Clinton Trucks. I'm thankful for Brian Baldinger. I'm thankful for Megan Arch. And I'm thankful that we live in a time and a place where I'm lucky enough to sit here and play games for you and have these kind of weird experiences with you. It's really, I do treasure them. So happy Thanksgiving. Love to you and yours. Goodbye.